Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, peace, love, and salutations. To the hopeful like Akim, teaching and preaching his truth with all righteousness and sincerity. This Ak Yawasop. Today's lesson is entitled Inhaling Every Sickness and Every Disease Among the People. And Lord willing, you be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, which are the true names of the Heavenly Father and his beloved Son in the Paleo Hebrew. And as always, the sit downs, the lessons, the street speaking. It's for the remnant, the elect, the Israel, the Most High, to you as the gospel preached. So we'll be reading into Matthew, the 8th chapter. Probably won't read the whole chapter. We just want to go into how Yahweh Shai had power to heal. He had power to forgive sins. All right. And one of the tokens that the Lord was, the Heavenly Father Yahweh was dealing with Yahweh Shai was that Yahweh Shai had power. All right. And power is spiritual power, should I say, is recorded all throughout the scripts. All right. First and foremost, we see it with Yahweh Shai. All right, you see it with Elijah. You seen it with Elisha. All right, even the mighty warriors of Israel had spiritual power, from King David to his mighty men to even Jonathan, which he was of the house of Saul, which we believe he came back to be in the house of David. Right, Moses had spiritual power. Right, so part of this everlasting gospel is that we give praise to not only the Heavenly Father Yahweh, but we give praise to his Son, and going into his acts, his history, his passion, right? It's a form of us giving Yahweh Shah his praise. I'm start here in Revelation 14, then I'm gonna read into Matthew the 8th chapter. All right, this is Revelation 14 and 6. It says, "And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having an everlasting gospel," which is the information that we bring out, starting off with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, to preach, which another word for preach is to prophesy unto them that dwell on the earth, into every nation and kindred and tongue and people, because Israelites are scattered, right? You got Israelites that speak Spanish. You got Israelites that speak, you know, Korean, different languages, right? Verse 17, it says, saying with a loud voice, this is the doctrine, fear Yahweh. The true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, which means he is, he to be, he exists, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come. So we're supposed to be pushing the vibration of fearing Yahweh and give glory unto him. And we're supposed to be speaking about the hour of his judgment is come, talking about the destruction of Babylon the Great. And the Lord is going to make a speedy work of America, right, which is scripturally known as Babylon the Great, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the foundations of the waters, which is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is to be worshipped. You go to Colossians, the first chapter, which this was an epistle that Apostle Paul wrote to the Israelites that were in Corinth. In Colossae. And we go to the 16th verse. They have entitled this section the incomparable Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. For by him, Yahweh Shai, were all things created that are in heaven and that are in the earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him, and he is before all things, and by him all things consist. And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, which if you can receive it, that Yahweh Shai was Adam, which reincarnation is biblical, that in all things he may have the preeminence, the dominance. For it pleased the Father, Yahweh, that in him, Yahweh Shai, shall all fullness dwell. Because through Yahweh Shai is how you get back to the Father. So when you go back to Revelation 14 and 7, it says, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the foundations of the waters. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, America is fallen, that great city, because she had made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, which is American philosophy, whether it's the political system pushing out the vibration of voting, the Senate, the Republicans, the Democrats, which all that goes back to the Roman Empire. In the Roman Empire, they were known as the plebeians and the patricians. All right, the different religions, the lifestyle, the culture, the freedom, the alphabet community, right? Like I said, idol worship, whoredom, lewdness, the money system, the military, all these different things was likened unto wine, and the nations drunk of it, and now they're mad. They got deceived by it, and through it, Esau deceived the whole world. But the point is, supposed to worship Yahweh Shai. Let's go into this word worship here in Revelation 14:7. Goes back to the Greek word proskenio, to kiss the hand towards one in token of reverence. What does reverence mean? Reverence means deep respect for someone or something, high esteem, great respect. All right, you may not see this on your screen, but when you hard select a word, the definition comes up. So I'm reading the definition from the English thesaurus. High esteem, high regard, great respect, admiration, all right, appreciation. That's what we do with Yahweh Shai. All right, give him great admiration, high esteem, or as it says here, kiss the hand. All right, when Psalm the second chapter speaks about kiss the son, lest he be angry. Let's go ahead and get it. This is Psalm 2:11. Serve the Lord with fear, like we were reading in Revelation 14:6, where it says fear. 14:7, fear the Most High, which is Yahweh. It says, serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, which just goes into paying homage. Let me see something. Kiss the Son, kiss the Son, kiss the Son. Yep. N-E-T, give sincere homage. Let's look up the word. And we learn going into words and everything from our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Homage, special honor, respect shown publicly. Yeah, we do it through the videos. Give sincere homage, otherwise he will be angry and you will die because of your behavior when his anger quickly ignites. How blessed are all who take shelter in him, which is the elect. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry and ye perish from the way. All right, because the way back to the Heavenly Father is through Yahweh Shai. That's why Yahweh Shai said things like, I am the way, the truth, and the light. It says, when his wrath is kindled but a little, blessed are all they that put their trust in him. And trust is synonymous with faith. And faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And that's a characteristic that will be in the elect. And we see it here when we go into Matthew, the 8th chapter. Now, Matthew, also known as Levi, he was a publican that Yahweh Shai called to follow him in his ministry, right? So Matthew 8:1, we're paying homage or deep respect or high esteem for Yahweh Shai. It says, when he was come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. A lot of people followed Yahweh Shai. And behold, there came a leper and worshiped him. All right, Yahweh Shai is to be worshiped, saying, Lord, if thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. Now, what is a leper? Goes back to the Greek lepros, scaly, rough, leprous, affected by leprosy. So he had a skin disease. And behold, there came a leper, a person with a skin disease, and worshiped him, saying, Lord, if thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. And Yahweh Shai put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will. Be thou clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. Yeah, because it was looked at as being unclean when you had leprosy. And it goes back to the law. Let me see. Yeah, they didn't put it in there. Yeah, Esau, he that's why the blue letter be going off, and you don't always want to, these cross references be going off, but do the research. Send Leviticus, maybe 12 or 13. It goes into the law of leprosy. Yeah, see Leviticus 13, the test for leprosy, you know. Um Leviticus 13:3, and the priest shall look upon the plague in the skin of the flesh, and when the hair in the plague is turned white, and the plague in the sight be deeper than the skin of the flesh, it is a plague of leprosy, and the priest shall look upon him and pronounce him unclean. So when you had leprosy, you were pronounced unclean. So that's why he wanted to be cleansed. Back in Matthew 8:4, and Yahushua said unto him, see thou tell no man, but go thy way, show thyself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded for a testimony unto him. So two things. Yahushua, he didn't want to be well known. He did this on a low key, which means he didn't want to be all made famous for this great act. All right. And second, Yahushua pushed the laws because he told him to go and offer the gift that Moses commanded, which is according to what's written in the law. Let me see something. Yeah, I noticed that Leviticus 14, Leviticus 13:2, which is where we were at. Yeah. Okay, so Yahushua puts the laws, and he didn't want to be all out there well known because it wasn't his hour yet. But verse 5, it says, and when Yahushua entered into Capernaum, now Capernaum was off a coast off the Sea of Galilee, Capernaum, village of comfort, a flourishing city. These were jakes that were doing good of Galilee, situated on the western shore of the Sea of Galilee, or lake of Gennesaret, near a place where Jordan flows into a lake. So this was the area where Jake was doing good, a flourishing city. It says, and when Yahushua was coming to Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion beseeching him. So this was an Israelite that was a part of the Roman military. What's a centurion?
Strong's G 1543. Hekatantarches. Hekatantarches.
It says an officer in the Roman army, captain of 100 men. So he was on a level. You had Israelites in the Roman army. Just like you have Israelites in the military today, you had Israelites in the military during the time Yahushua was on the scene. Once again, it says, and Yahushua was entered into Capernaum, and there came unto him a centurion beseeching him. Another word for beseeching is begging, saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. What is palsy? Paralyticos, suffering from the relaxing of the nerves of one side, disabled, weak of limb. So half his body wasn't working. He had muscle problems. Grievously tormented. So it was bugging him out. Yahushua said unto him, I will come and heal him. So Yahushua wanted to come to his house. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, go, and he goeth, and to another, come, and he cometh, and to my servant, do this, and he doeth it. So this man, all right, which was a man of authority, he didn't want Yahushua to come to his house for the simple fact that the people that he has around him, he gives them orders. He tell them to do this and they do it. He tell them to do that and they do it. And then he brings Yahushua to his house. That would have put him on some high level. Then he even told Yahushua to come over here. So, he was like, look, just say look, I don't even want you to come to the house. Just say the word. And that was a show forth of humility and faith. And that's what Yahushua deal with. So once again, the centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me, which that word centurion means a man having 100 men under him in the Roman military. And I say to this man, go, and he goeth, and to another, come, and he cometh, and to my servant, do this, and he doeth it. So he had power. He was able to tell people to do this, and they did it. It says, and when Yahushua heard it, he marveled and said to them that followed, verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. So this man had great faith and humility. And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and west and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven, which the kingdom of heaven is rulership of the Israelites. And Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob will be in the kingdom of heaven. So Yahushua, he spoke about reincarnation, Akim, which I'm going to do a lesson, Lord willing, going into that. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So it's going to be levels in the kingdom. It says, and Yahushua said unto the centurion, go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. And the servant was healed in the self same hour. Yahushua did many works, man. He just spoke the word and things happened. And when Yahushua was coming to Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laid and sick of a fever. So she had a sickness. And he touched her hand, and her fever left her, and she arose and ministered unto them. So not only was she healed, she was made whole to where she went and ministered unto them. So I would imagine she got in that kitchen, she was cooking, making meals, and all kind of stuff. It says, when the evening was come, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils, people that got demons on them. And you see them walking up and down the street, talking to themselves, bugged out, dirty. Shit, we even seen them at camp with shit on them. Piss on them, smelling bad. You know, walking in the middle of the street, and when we see these people with these demons on them and they walk in the middle of the street, they never get hit by cars. Cars stop. Do you know? So even these demons be having a hedge of protection. But it says, when the evening was come, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils, and he cast out the spirits with his words and healed all that was sick. Once again, Yahushua was saying these words, and them demons was hopping right off of them, and they were in their right mind, that it may be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, or Isaiah, saying, himself took our infirmities and bare our sicknesses, which that goes back to Isaiah 53. Right, so just want to push the vibration that Yahushua, he had power to heal, and this power is coming back because Yahushua told his disciples, the things that ye see me do, ye shall do, and even greater, because I go to my Father. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father and his beloved Son, is going to show the world who he's dealing with through his men, and it's going to be shown through great power, just like he did with Moses, just like he did with King David and many of the prophets. Even Samson had great power. Right, so I just want to push the vibration of worshiping the Son, kissing the Son, paying homage to Yahushua, and Lord willing was edifying to the elect. And you brothers and you few sisters that believe in the testimony of Yahushua, that have diseases and different ailments, you know, you could very well get healed of your diseases and ailments, right? With the power that the Lord will give to whoever he gives to in this ministry. So continue to believe and endure all things. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem Kakwadash, and double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us his truth. Shalom, Akim, stay watching. It's heating up.